The photo slipped through the unseen currents like a secret carved in shadow, traveling from your hand into the waiting grasp of a powerful man whose eyes hold storms and silent thunder. It was not merely an image, it was a spark, a detonator set beneath a foundation long believed to be unshakable. The night breathed heavy around you, as if the very air conspired with unseen forces to thrust you into a web of betrayal, where trust was a flickering candle in a room darkened by deceit. God says the betrayal is neither accidental nor distant. It is carved by hands both mortal and divine, a reckoning scripted in the stars long before you knew your name. You feel the weight of unseen eyes pressing through the veil of your solitude, a sensation like cold fingers brushing your soul, igniting the first embers of a fire that will consume illusions and reveal harsh truths. The powerful man is no mere mortal. His hunger for dominion ripples across unseen realms. His desire to meet you face to face is a summons into a crucible where shadows are burned away by divine flame. The moon trembled behind torn clouds, each silver thread unraveling like a prophecy whispered in fragments. Archangel Michael says, the winds carry the breath of war, a celestial summons to rise or fall, to stand or dissolve beneath the crushing weight of fate. The air is thick with the scent of betrayal, a poison sweet and sharp, curling around your heart as though to choke your hope. Yet, within this darkness, a seed of divine justice takes root, a silent promise that every shadow will be exposed, every betrayal returned in kind. You are both the prey and the hunter in this unfolding divine drama, tethered to a destiny neither merciful nor cruel, but utterly necessary. The image sent is more than a signal. It is a catalyst, shaking loose the foundation beneath which your true journey begins. Behind closed doors and hidden faces, alliances shift like quicksilver, and the powerful man's desire to meet you is not simply curiosity, but a hunger for reckoning, for truth cloaked in menace. You feel the spiritual conflict crackling beneath your skin, an ancient war between light and shadow, woven into your very bones. God says this moment is a test, a threshold where your faith will be stretched to breaking, yet forged anew like steel tempered in the fire of divine judgment. The night is silent, but for the beating of your heart, loud as thunder in the vastness. Shadows coil around the edges of your vision, threatening to swallow you whole. But you stand firm, the photo a burning brand against your soul. The powerful man awaits, his gaze already fixed on the horizon where your paths will collide, and Archangel Michael's sword gleams just beyond the veil, poised to strike. You are caught in a web of unseen forces where betrayal, justice, and transformation swirl in a tempest no mortal eye can fully see. The powerful man stirs like a tempest gathering its might beneath the storm, blackened skies. His thoughts a churning ocean of ambition and shadowed regret. He has felt the ripple of your presence since the photo arrived, a spark igniting a fire that threatens to burn his carefully woven empire. His hands tremble not with fear, but with the fierce anticipation of a meeting that will unravel truths long buried beneath layers of deception and unspoken sins. Archangel Michael says the storm is not merely external, it brews within the soul of this man. A battle between darkness craving control and a flicker of light desperate to break free. The air crackles with tension as his fortress walls echo with the weight of decisions that could either damn or redeem him. He walks a razor's edge, torn between the seductive whispers of power and the haunting call of conscience. A storm that mirrors your own inner tempest, both destined to collide under the trembling moon. God says the convergence is ordained, a divine choreography of destruction and salvation, where every moment pulses with the raw electricity of impending transformation. The powerful man's desire to meet you is not born of simple curiosity. It is a summons to confront the shadows that cling to both your souls. The sky darkens as lightning cleaves the heavens, a jagged fracture that mirrors the fissures forming between trust and betrayal. The winds howl a warning that nothing will remain the same once the meeting draws near. The night breathes heavy with expectation, the very earth trembling beneath the weight of destiny's approach. Shadows lengthen and twist like serpents coiling around the heart of this brewing storm, tightening with every heartbeat. His gaze is fierce, a wildfire burning through veils of deceit, exposing the fragile bones beneath. The powerful man prepares to step into the arena where divine justice waits, and Archangel Michael's wings beat a thunderous rhythm, a herald of the fierce battle to come. You sense the tension spiraling higher, an invisible thread pulling tighter between you and him, binding your fates with a force neither can resist. The storm gathers strength, its fury both destructive and purifying, ready to wash away the remnants of falsehood and fear. The powerful man's hunger is a tempest unleashed, yet beneath it lies a fractured soul yearning for redemption or ruin. The winds shift, carrying whispers of the divine conflict to come, and the moon trembles once more, casting an eerie glow over the gathering storm. You stand at the precipice, the night folding around you like a shroud, where every breath carries the weight of choice, and every shadow hides the sting of betrayal. The air is thick with a silence that screams, a void where trust once lived now cracked open to reveal the jagged edges of treachery. Your heart beats a thunderous cadence, echoing the divine conflict warring within and without, where loyalty fractures and the path forward twists into a labyrinth of impossible decisions. Archangel Michael says the crossroads are more than a place. They are a moment in time, a divine fulcrum tipping between salvation and ruin. The powerful man's face looms in your mind's eye, an enigma veiled in contradiction, his desire to meet you both a threat and a promise. You feel the weight of unseen eyes, the lingering touch of spirits who watch, judge, and wait. The moon trembles again, its silver light slipping through torn clouds like tears of the cosmos, illuminating the fragile thread that binds your fate to his. God says this is the hour where the soul is tested by fire, where every whispered doubt and hidden truth must be faced without flinching. Betrayal coils like a serpent in the garden of your spirit, its venom both poison and catalyst. You sense the profound spiritual conflict at the heart of this moment, the pulling of loyalties, the shattering of illusions, and the urgent call toward transcendent courage. The path is unclear, yet divine justice watches patiently, ready to unveil what lies beneath the surface of fractured trust. Your spirit is a battleground, the clash of light and shadow raging beneath your skin. The powerful man's intentions are a shifting mirage, sometimes a beacon of hope, sometimes a harbinger of ruin. You wrestle with the truth, caught between the desire to forgive and the need to protect your soul from further harm. Archangel Michael's sword flashes in the distance, a symbol of both protection and judgment, urging you to choose not from fear, but from the deepest well of divine strength. The night stretches endlessly, thick with tension and trembling with the promise of revelation. You are caught between worlds, the seen and unseen, the temporal and eternal, trust and treachery, each step forward a surrender or a defiance. The powerful man's presence feels closer now, a shadow merging with your own, a storm on the horizon threatening to break and cleanse. The moon's tremble is a heartbeat, a divine pulse urging transformation through the crucible of conflict. The night fractures beneath the weight of divine reckoning, lightning carving jagged paths across a sky bruised with thunder and ancient grievances. The powerful man steps forward, his silhouette caught between the blaze of celestial fire and the darkness of his own making. Every heartbeat echoes the clash of worlds, the mortal and the eternal, the betrayed and the betrayer, woven into a tapestry unraveling before your very eyes. The moon trembles behind torn clouds, its pale light a witness to the shattering of illusions. God says the reckoning is not a moment of wrath alone, but of mercy intertwined, an unveiling where judgment strikes with the precision of a blade yet leaves space for redemption's fragile breath. The air vibrates with the collision of justice and grace, a tempest that tears through deceit and unearths hidden wounds. You feel the divine fire scorch through every lie, every betrayal laid bare beneath the vast, indifferent sky. The powerful man's farce, aid crumbles like dust caught in the storm's relentless gale. Archangel Michael says the sword of truth cleaves through shadow and steel alike, heralding transformation forged in pain and revelation. His wings beat against the tempest, sending sparks of hope into the swirling chaos, a reminder that no soul is beyond the reach of divine light. The battle is fierce, invisible to mortal eyes, but you sense its rhythm in the quivering earth beneath your feet and the fierce pounding of your own heart. Every tear, every cry, every whispered prayer is fuel for this cosmic upheaval. The divine reckoning unfolds like a dark symphony, its notes both devastating and redemptive. The powerful man's eyes, once filled with hunger and menace, now glisten with the weight of his own unraveling. The photo that began this tempest burns like a brand upon your soul, but also lights a path through the devastation, a path toward transformation and release. God says that through this crucible, the broken are made whole, the lost are found. And the soul's true armor is forged in divine fire. The night quakes as heaven and earth converge. The tremble of the moon a silent drumbeat for the climax approaching. Shadows are chased away by a fierce light, a justice that is neither cruel nor blind, but perfectly balanced on the knife edge of divine will. You stand amid the ruins of betrayal, the powerful man before you, and Archangel Michael's presence a shield and sword. The reckoning is no longer a threat, it is a promise of ending, of beginning, and of transformation. The moment arrives as the air thickens with the weight of unseen forces converging in a silent cathedral built from tension and fractured trust. The powerful man stands before you, his gaze a tempest of remorse, rage, and longing, a mirror reflecting the chaos that has brewed in the spaces between. The moon trembles once more, casting fractured light that splinters across the ground, illuminating the final crossroads where fate will be carved into the stone of eternity. God says that to face judgment is the divine culmination, the sacred unveiling where souls are stripped bare, no masks remaining, only raw truth. The atmosphere hums with the electric charge of reckoning as the scales of justice tilt and sway, balancing between mercy and wrath. This encounter is no mere meeting. It is a crucible where forgiveness and obliteration hang by a breath, where the future is forged from the remnants of broken vows and the fiery resolve of a spirit unyielded. Archangel Michael says that every sword stroke of truth spoken here carries the power to sever chains or deepen wounds, that every glance holds the weight of destiny's decree. His wings unfurl behind you, a silent shield against the creeping shadows of doubt and despair. The powerful man's presence is both a threat and a chance, a precipice from which your soul may either soar or fall into oblivion. The tension spirals, a crescendo of spiritual conflict echoing in the hollow spaces between heartbeats. The divine justice unfolding is neither swift nor gentle. It is a storm that rips through the veneer of illusion, exposing the raw core of every intention, every regret, every unspoken truth. You stand firm. The photo now a sacred talisman, its fiery edges a reminder of the path traveled and the transformation earned. God says that in this final confrontation, mercy waits patiently alongside wrath, and the choice made here will ripple through eternity's vast, silent halls. The moon's trembling slows, its light softening into a quiet dawn as the powerful man's gaze falters, revealing cracks in the armor of pride and power. To face judgment is a sacred moment of profound clarity, where divine justice meets human frailty, and the promise of rebirth glimmers like a fragile star on the edge of night. The storm within you settles into a steady flame, a fierce yet peaceful blaze that will guide you beyond betrayal into a new dawn.